Hello, welcome back to Guitar Animal. I'm Jesse. This episode, we are going through chords. We started with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then we went A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor, E minor, F minor, and G minor. 14 chords in total. For instance, A major and A minor. If that sounds useful to you, stick around. If not, jump ahead to another video, find the topic that will help you along. So we'll cover all 7, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and their minors. Some of those chords are going to be too difficult to play at first. It's the same with everybody. Your finger needs to get used to holding down multiple strings at one time in order to play bar chords. Today we're going to hear several bar chords like F and B minor. Those chords are the classics for people giving up. They run into a song they want to play that has a B minor in it. Many songs do, and it just becomes too difficult to play the bar chord. But don't give up on it. All that needs to happen is some time to wait. You need to practice getting your finger to hold down all 6 strings. At one time and letting those strings all ring out clearly. A bar chord is just the nut on the edge of the fretboard, but instead of using this nut, you move it up the frets with your pointer finger. Your pointer finger has the same purpose as the nut in bar chords. So when we're going through the lessons today, don't worry about playing bar chords yet. Pick a few open chords. I would suggest G, A, and D, and then you can play tons of songs with G, A, and D. And then I'd mix in a couple minor chords, maybe A minor, and you could do D minor. And with those 5 chords, you can play a lot more songs. That's 5 out of the 14. But the important part to know right now is, before we go through these 14 chords, don't worry about playing bar chords yet. They're going to be difficult. They take players months to develop the strength and form. It's just muscle memory. You need to find the right position for your pointer finger to hold all those down. That's going to be a little bit different for everybody because everyone's hands are a little different. Give it a few tries each day. You're going to fail initially, and then eventually it clicks, and it's just like holding a button down. It does require a strange strength. You need to develop new muscles in your forearms, hands, wrists that you probably haven't used much before. And eventually it gets easier. Pick those open chords, just a few of them, and you'll have plenty of songs that you can play. You can Google songs with the chords G, A, and D, for example. I can't stress enough that bar chords are a vital point where many guitar players give up learning guitar. Don't let that be you. Don't stress about it. Just sleep on it, wake up the next day, and try again. And I promise that eventually you will be able to play bar chords. It took me 3 months to be able to make a sound playing bar chords. And now it's just like pressing buttons. Here we go. A. That one's tough because their fingers are so bunched together, but little muscle memory. Just make sure to not hit any of those other strings. And sometimes you can wrap your thumb around if you want, to make sure you don't let that E string ring out, only hit the A string and down. Okay, and then B is basically a power chord, hitting the B string or B note here. You want to be able to play all the notes in the B chord, which is just the E note muted or the top 5 strings. What's very difficult about the B chord is, in order to play the full correct B major chord, you need to lift your ring finger up as you press down the middle strings and still play the top E string that your pointer finger is holding down. That is going to seem impossible at first, unless your hands are uniquely shaped somehow for the guitar, and it hurts at first. Don't hurt yourself, but just know there's going to be some growing pains as you shape your hand with muscle memory to a natural fit to the guitar. A shortcut, you can just start playing the B chord with as many strings as you can get sound out of. It's not a huge deal, and it doesn't sound that much different if you don't hit that top E string right. So that's the B major chord. Very tough to play, but just like any of these other chords, let your hands learn, sleep on it, get the muscle memory down, and I promise eventually you will get there. C. That's a good first chord to learn while you're getting used to using your fingers on the fretboard. All of them are spaced apart. You get used to placing your fingers between the strings in your fretting hands so you don't touch any strings, make them buzz or anything. And again, that's you don't want to ring out on the bottom E string there, so it's helpful to mute it with your thumb. This is all muscle memory. As soon as you get enough reps in, it'll just be second nature. It's like pressing buttons. Shaping your body to the instrument is very tough at first. And then you let yourself sleep on it, it'll get easier and easier. But right now, we've got A, B, C, and now D. D, you only hit the D string and down, not your A or E string. Another good first or second chord to learn, because it's kind of basically, I see it as like a triangle pattern, pointer and middle finger making the base of the triangle, and then ring finger sticking out the point of the triangle. Hit all 4 strings. D. A, B, C, D. Now E, hit all 6 strings. F. This one's tough. This one requires a bar, which is when you hold down more than one string with a single finger. So the easy version of F is to use the side of your finger here, your pointer finger, find like the hard bony point of it, lay that down over the first 2 strings. Okay, and then kind of like the C shape, but lower down. And if you want to, a little more complicated, but you can put your thumb. That's the next difficulty in the F chord, because this note is F. This is your root note for F. So you can include that if you want, or you can just let those top strings ring out, not try to hit the bottom strings. Most difficult F, I think, is the full bar. This is when you use, again, your finger as if it's the nut here, or a capo, and you press all the strings down with that bony part of your pointer. That takes some time to condition your hand to be able to do that, so be patient with yourself. That can take people months. Some people take onto it in just a week or so, Depends on finding that right spot, building the strength, using your thumb as a counter lever. In the right way, you kind of have to find the right place for your thumb to go to over time. Totally depends on your hand. It's just you finding what's comfortable and most effective for you. But that's the basics. And all that is basically it's the same E shape, E chord, slid up 1 fret. That's your F. Going back to an easier chord to play with G. All 6 strings again. Middle finger there on the E string, pointer on the A, and then ring finger on the high E string. And that's it. That's all your major chords. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, now we're going to go through A through G again in minor. Take your A shape, just change 1 string. All it is 1 note lower on the on your B string. A lot of sad songs start with that chord. B minor. It's the B shape again, that power chord. This is the minor shape. And really all that is the A shape, the A minor shape, slid up 2 frets. A minor, B minor, C minor. Same exact shape, is slid up to the C note, the C root right there. D minor. Again, there's your major D. Happy sounding. All you do, slide 1 note lower. To do that, you have to change your fingers though, so a little different fingering than the normal D, but still an easy chord once you associate D minor with that muscle memory. Get a few reps in each day. Just remember, like muscle to mind connection. That's what a D minor is. That's what a D major is. Okay? When you're a very beginner, there's some muscle memory to go through, but this gets a lot more fun, so don't worry about it. Just get these reps in, and you'll get it within weeks. It takes a little bit of patience at first. Finger conditioning, and then muscle memory. Those are your first 2 focuses when you first pick up the guitar, okay? All right, we got A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor. E minor is an easy one. Take the regular E major shape and just remove the pointer finger. Sad sounding E minor. Dark songs come from there. E minor. And then F. Going back to the easiest version of F, that's F major. All you're going to do is remove the middle finger, but keep your pointer on all 3 of those high strings now. Major, minor, F. On the more difficult versions, just wrap the thumb around for that bass F note right there, 1st fret on the E string. Or the full bar, and take the middle finger off. Okay. G root note on the E string. I just make the E minor shape and slide it up with the bar to where the G's at. G minor. So I'm going to run through these again here. We started with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then we went A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor, E minor, F minor, and G minor. You have to use that bar shape, but once you learn, you get that adaptation down with the ridge of your finger, you can move these chords anywhere. Now you can play any song you want if you look up the chords for it, once you learn those 14 basic chords. right now you could Google any song you want with the word chords, and you'll find the lyrics with the letters of the chords above them. You can read those basics now as long as you can play those 14 chord variations. That's pretty powerful. That's a good leap into the world of expressing yourself how you want in music, playing guitar. So give it a shot. Learn a few of these chords. Lesson before this, we went over Sublime's Bad Fish. A, D, G, back to A. Just knowing those 3 chords, I could play that whole song. And if you think about how many songs are out there, how there's only 7 chords, 7 notes and chords that come off of them. If you learn a few of the chords, you can start learning a lot of other songs. Look up some songs with just the lyrics and then the chords labeled over the lyrics, and you'll be surprised how many songs you can play out there. But hopefully that was a useful lesson for you, going through the chords and how important they are, how they're a backbone to expressing yourself through guitar how you want. Join up next time for the next episode, and we'll go through scales and why they're so important to start expressing yourself how you want playing music. See you next time. Thanks for joining.